It is the Riot Podcast.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for listening to the podcast today.
So here's what's happening. I'm getting ready to take a Monday off.
Yeah, there is no podcast on Monday, so
There
just a
won't be.
heads up for everybody.
But if you want to have a little extra fun times, if you did not yet, you can take some time and watch our food fight from yesterday.
Yep.
So spend some time with that. We've got the pumpkin pie Kit Kats and the creepy Cocoa Crispy
M&Ms. There's a lot to that one.
Yeah. And then also, there's a new Obadiah plays for Borderlands 3.
Yeah, so if you want to watch him play that is also up. Both of those videos are at RadioU, RadioU Riot on Facebook, either of our pages, or RadioU Riot on our YouTube channel.
I also find it highly likely that there will be an Obadiah plays Call of Duty this weekend because, as you will hear in this podcast, it came with great difficulty, but I managed to rent Call of Duty today.
You finally got it.
Yeah, I did. Other things you're going to find today, news on the iPod's birthday, vegan Monster energy drinks, fat cat on a treadmill.
Oh, that's posted on our RadioU Riot Facebook page. You must watch the video.
Just take a little time.
And not in a shameful way.
Not in a shameful way.
But just we all feel like that, right?
Right. A yacht for your yacht, watermelon butter, the Rocks gym bag, day off treats, Phantom Frappuccinos.
Lots of good stuff.
Pretty standard day, really, from where we're sitting. So you guys enjoy the podcast.
Have a wonderful day and a great weekend.
Bye.
And a good Monday, Obi.
Yay.
Bye-bye,
I'll be
everybody.
having day off treats, whether you approve or not.
You'll understand that more when we talk about it in just a few.
That's right. It's the Riot.
Wow. Not only are you already awake, but you're listening to The Riot? Your day is off to a pretty rough start. The Riot on Radio U.
Some people have natural abilities, okay? And it's just part of who they are. Like, for example, Nikki, so organized and I could work hard to be like her, but I'll never be like her. I'm more organized than I used to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I've learned and I've grown, but I'll never be able to just be as organized as her. 'Cause she's dealing with natural ability. It's like
I don't even try to be organized.
Right.
It's just organization.
LeBron James with basketball. He obviously has trained and developed his gift.
Sure.
But if I had done the same training and gone through all the same things, I wouldn't be as good as him because he's working with something natural.
But we all have, our own natural abilities,
right.
and they're not all the same as everybody.
Which is why I want you guys to know that one of my natural gifts is making simple things complicated. And
It's a talent.
You can work at it. You could train with me. I could show you how to do it, but you would never be as good at it as I am. This is my gift, people.
It is.
So the thing that I've been wanting to do is I've been wanting to wake up early today and rent Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare
sure.
from Redbox. That was my hope. I'll get up, I'll use the app, I'll rent it, I'll pick it up later in the day. It's fine. So I got up, I was going to join Nikki at the gym, and I grabbed my phone first thing, rolled over, Redbox, it's there!
Oh, yay!
I reserved it, whatever, and I was like, okay, I got this, fine. So I grabbed my stuff, whatever, and get in the car, and then I'm like, wait a minute, So I open my phone again, and it turns out I've reserved Call of Duty Modern Warfare using an expired credit card. Or not expired, but it was the one I lost. Remember when I went running and I lost my card?
See, easy things made hard.
See how it steamrolls? And then I'm like, oh, crap. And so I realize
it won't go through.
It won't go through. So now a Redbox somewhere is sitting there with Modern Warfare in it, with my name on it, but I can't go rent it with a different credit card because that's the way it reserves it. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to need to reserve it somewhere else. So then I'm sitting in my driveway with my phone out, checking Redbox location after location.
Oh, no.
Here's what starts happening. I will get a copy, get it in my basket. I put in my new credit card information, and it was like, this copy has already been reserved. So there are a bunch of other nerds out there doing exactly what I'm doing. They are reserving Call of Duty from these different red boxes.
They had to get up early to do that.
Right. So I'm just like, no, I'm losing it. I'm not going to get it.
And you can't go into your app and update the credit card for the first reserve that you did?
I couldn't find it. So then I was like, okay, it's fine. I got this. I finally found one for our red box that was over here.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, it's fine. So I put her in my cart, whatever, and I go to check out, and then it's like, you already have this title reserved at a different location.
Oh, no.
So it won't let me reserve it. By this point, I've been in my driveway now for 10, maybe 15 minutes. Like, I don't know, trying to work this out. Then finally I was like, all right, saddle up, boys. We got to go out in the wild.
We're going? So now you have to you just can't reserve. You have to physically go find it.
So I just decided, I don't care what happens this morning. I have to be at the radio station by this time. But between now and then, I've got this much time to do a hard target search of every red box within a 25-mile radius.
Did you find it?
Yes, I did.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
Yay! But you didn't work out.
So then by the time I got to the gym, I had 10 whole minutes that I could work out. And I was just like, all right, I'm just going to work. Forget
Hey, you know
it.
what, though? You did your own workout. It was a little different, but it was out. You were running around outside.
Well, I wouldn't have done that until I started seeing the copies I was trying to reserve disappearing. And then I was like, I got to go.
I'm never going to get it.
And so I did. I went out. I got my hands on it.
Yay.
I do have it. I am going to play it this weekend.
Well, yesterday, Obi did an Obadiah Plays for Borderlands 3.
Yeah,
so
I
if
did.
you want to watch that, you can head over to RadioU or RadioU Riot, either of our Facebook pages. And then maybe if he goes and streams Call of Duty today or this weekend, then you'll get a notification that he's up and playing.
Yeah. So that's something.
And then when he's playing, you'd be like, I know the story of where this copy came from.
It only took an hour to tell the story, but believe me,
And about that same amount of time.
took even longer to live it, friends.
Well, I'm glad you at least got it. I thought you were going to say you didn't even get it.
If I didn't even have it, then I wouldn't even be here. I would have given up.
The definition of insanity is putting the riot on again and again and expecting a better result. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
You know, Nikki, you can't always be perfect. Well, okay, maybe you can, but some of us,
No.
you know, things slip through the cracks, and that's why I feel really bad. There was a big birthday that happened this week, and, you know, we celebrate my birthday.
And we forgot someone.
We celebrate your birthday. We celebrate, I don't know, the little people's birthdays. But we left out someone that's been a big part of our life for what is now, they say, 18 years.
Who would it be then?
On Wednesday, the iPod turned 18.
Aww. Remember having an iPod when you were young? Before you got a phone, you had an iPod?
Yeah, dude. What did I have? An iPod Nano? I loved my Nano so much. So much.
You run that thing into the ground.
I did. I beat it to death. And then they had that. I had the first generation iPod Nano, and they had that thing where there's like a battery life lawsuit or something stupid. So I got a new one in the mail.
And then it just extended it. You're like, I'm still using it.
I used that thing for like half my life. I mean, I was well past having a phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, still on the Nano.
Well, I still used it for the gym sometimes.
Totally. It was my gym thing.
Do they still sell iPods? Or, I mean, I don't even know.
That's a really good question.
Or is it one of those things where there's still people that love it enough, you know, like the old iPhones where people try to find them in really good condition? Mm-hmm. So maybe with iPods, people are still trying to find them, and so you can sell them.
Okay. iPod Touch. They still sell that.
Still a thing.
I think that might be the only kind of iPod that they sell is an iPod Touch. So essentially, phone without the phone.
Pretty much.
Let's see. They started $200. 200 up to 256 gig of storage, which is amazing because I'm looking at the original iPod here and it was 5 gig.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They just didn't have as much space.
And 1,000 songs in your pockets was their thing. Yeah, and it's great here because I won't read them all to you, but you know how no matter what people come out with, someone's got something negative to say about it? These guys...
A negative?
The negative.
What do they have that's negative to say about that?
This MacRumors.com gathered together a bunch of the negative press about the iPod when it launched. So great. I still can't believe this. All this hype for something so ridiculous. It's just an MP3 player.
Come on.
Who cares?
Look at that negativity right there.
Okay. Hey, here's an idea, Apple. Rather than enter the world of gimmicks and toys, why don't you spend a little more time working on your pathetically expensive server lineup?
Well, that's nasty. just mean.
Wow.
I don't even understand. It's just mean.
So how about this one? This is actually a good one. This is not like any other MP3 player on the market. Imagine being able to store several days worth of music at once.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to think in terms of like, there's no internet, there's no whatever. You can't stream. If you want a song and it's not on your iPod, you are screwed. Wow.
I remember the first iPod that I got, the first Apple product that I got.
Yeah.
I was younger, obviously, and my dad had called me over, and I thought I was in trouble. And he called me to his office, and I was like, oh, man, I got to go to Dad's work. So I really thought I was in trouble.
Yeah.
But he got me an iPod, and he was just surprising me with it. I was like, yay! And I didn't even know like what that would lead to.
My first iPod came on loan from Nikki. It was pink. I don't remember what it was, but she let me borrow it.
I called you over to my office
You did.
years later.
Like, here, you can borrow this.
You can have it.
That's actually when I discovered podcasts.
There you go.
And was not at first not blown away, but once I found podcasts I liked, I was like, this is so cool.
Well, even though the iPod has no part of our life now, its birthday was on Wednesday, and we missed it. But talking back about it, it's funny because you're like, oh, the good memories.
Hey, man.
You forget about all that stuff.
Your phone has definitely taken its place, but there was a time when your iPod was your best
When you were
bud.
young enough, that's all you got.
It was your best bud.
Maybe the Riot would sound better if they spent less time improving their lives at their gym. That was sarcasm. It's the Riot on Radio U.
You have been, ever since yesterday, just thinking to yourself, how can I get 300 milligrams of caffeine as fast as possible?
What is going to be the delivery device for that? What was the ones we were talking about yesterday?
Rain is the company, and then it was their new orange creamsicle drink.
So I saw Rain at Costco. So you can buy like a flat of them for like 30-something bucks.
How many was that? Do you think? You probably weren't paying really close attention.
Maybe 10 or 12. I mean, it's not a lot.
Right.
It's enough for me to go, oh, that is so energy drinks are just so expensive.
They are very expensive.
Even when you buy them in bulk.
Yeah. You're saving, wow, say 50 cents on
it's
a
still
whole
expensive.
case. But here's another potential option. I just read the top of the can.
I sent it to you because you're dairy-free.
By choice. Is that really why you sent it to me?
I did. I thought, oh, well, maybe. I mean, you're not really into the oat milk stuff, but I wasn't sure.
Makes me sad on the inside.
Why?
Java is releasing Monster is releasing a vegan energy drink called Java Monster Oat Milk.
So it's got an oat milk. It's got coffee in it, obviously, and
it just looks gross.
They call it farmer's oats.
Yeah, it's oat milk, coffee, whatever their energy blend is, and
I think it's about it.
I guess that is about it. I was going to say it has more in it, but so oat milk is made by soaking oats in water and straining. It acts as a creamy neutralizer that evens out the robustness of the other ingredients.
I will say oat milk is good, but if you ever had like overnight oats where you leave the oats in and then they're all mushy and just really good, you just mix it up with stuff.
You do that?
Yeah, you can. He made a face. He doesn't want that.
Listen, you and I are looking at different blogs.
Different people.
Different blogs. It's fine. It's not wrong, whatever.
You've never done overnight oats?
So they say that this drink... No, never.
Never.
I didn't know, because to me, like, whether it's cereal or oatmeal, you got to hurry up. You got a really limited amount of time while that's still a viable snack.
For overnight oats, you make them the night before, and then you leave them in the fridge, and you let them just grow and grow. And then you eat them.
Drink them probably, right?
Well, no, because they soak up a lot of the liquid that you put in there.
Yeah.
So you're eating a lot of them.
No.
Okay, that's a pass.
I mean, it's probably fine. I'm sure it's fine, whatever. But this is probably what that tastes like. They say it tastes like an oatmeal cookie, 150 calories, and it's available next week. The one thing that I don't see is how much caffeine am I getting out of this?
Probably the normal Monster stuff.
Which is how much? Let's see, how much caffeine?
I don't have one in front, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do energy drinks. I don't like them. Only 86 milligrams.
It's not enough.
Lightweight.
It's the oats. It's neutralizing it.
Well, they're probably saying like, well, you're getting energy from more than caffeine when you're drinking a Monster. What about our guarana and Voltarine and all the other stuff we're putting in there?
Don't look at that. They just want you to look at the oats.
Oats. It's all natural.
It is. They're going after a different side of the energy drink market.
And I mean, it's certified vegan, so don't worry. It's fine.
If it's louder than it has to be and way worse than it has any right to be, it must be the worst of the riot. On Radio U.
I have recently had to change my life goals. There for a while, I was like, I want to be so rich that I have a yacht. But I've recently changed that to, I want to be so rich that my yacht has a support yacht.
That's so much better.
Because, I mean, like, how poor am I that I only have a yacht?
Well, that's true. And, you know, when you first started talking about your life goals and stuff and your dreams, we didn't want to mention that it seemed a little small. But now it seems like you caught on to a new dream.
You're absolutely right. This is real.
I want a baby yacht and a big yacht.
So you have your yacht where, you know, that's where you're living for fun for a day or two. But then you find yourself like, gosh, I really want my helicopter right now, and I don't want this helicopter. Like, I've got my helicopter on the yacht, but then, like, I want the other one, and I want it close by. So this company creates a support yacht. The support yacht is the backup boat. It's 217 feet long. It has a helipad, a hospital, and a workshop, and space for a crew of 20. And a couple of luxury suites on it in case for some reason you end up having to stay in that one.
My goodness. So are you buying this, or is this a service from the company? Like, if you need the support yacht, they come?
No, I think you can own it. Oh, it also has docking room for 5 additional smaller boats. So like your fishing boat, your racing boat, things like that.
You know, I'm not ready to upgrade yet. I have a kayak, and I feel like it and my support raft that I have at home is enough for now.
Okay. It's called the Hodor. And isn't that
from something?
That's the Game of Thrones guy, right?
Is it?
Yes. The Hodor super yacht. So it's, let's see, a catamaran. You know what? I could give you guys these specs. You don't know what they mean. I don't know what they mean. So bottom line, it's freaking awesome.
And that's your other boat.
Yeah,
and think of this. You got your other boat, you got your big boat, and that's not even where you're living. That's just your boats.
Yeah, that's just when you want to go out for a little while.
And then you've got houses probably. That's something else.
I love this thing. So you've got your little support boats around it, your racing boat, whatever. You got another dock that has space for up to 4 wave runners in it. And then if you look on the deck, the other thing it's got is, so like, let's say you want to take, is that a submarine?
Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be on the baby boat?
No, it's a that's not. But I'm sure we could work that out.
There's room for that.
Oh, he's got all these like ATVs the deck.
Don't look.
You remember when I told you I wanted that Polaris like racing ATV thing?
Yes.
Yeah, there's 2 of those.
How do you fit it on the boat?
Well, Nikki, that's why you have a second boat.
The boat's big enough for that.
Because this is for somebody that's like, man, I don't have room for all this stuff on my boat. I need a boat for my boat.
You put it all over there. It's like the basement, you know, where you shove all your stuff. It's like that for the boat world.
But
you
imagine
get a second boat.
But what if it's really, really, really good stuff? Your basement's where you put crap.
No, because again, they're so rich. If you have the big boat, that this is your lowly basement stuff.
I just keep buying these ATVs. I didn't have room for in the house, so I put them on the boat, and then I'm like, the boat's full, so we got another boat for that.
That's how you do it.
Man, yeah.
Is that rich condoing?
It is.
Just keep moving it.
You know, it just doesn't spark joy.
Well, not enough joy for the big boat.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting thing that you found over there, Obi.
It is, Nikki. And again, I want you to know I have now adjusted life goals. Not to having a boat. It's that I need a boat for my boat.
Never give up.
Never give up.
On those dreams.
That's right.
All right.
You know what? And if you're thinking you only need one boat, your dreams are too small.
The only morning show brave enough to say that Chicken McNuggets are part of a balanced breakfast. The Riot on Radio U.
Anybody out there still using the library? I am.
You're proud about it.
I am. Well, you know what I've started doing is the only books I buy, well, I mean, in general, the books I buy are nonfiction books, but they're print books. Because when I am trying to learn something, I want a copy of the book in my hand. When it comes to fiction, I'm an ebook guy, and I still buy fiction. Like that's something that I've bought for my Kindle a lot, but I typically wait for a sale when it's like $2 to $5, and then I'll go ahead and go for it, and et cetera, et cetera. Now, the book industry is having the same problem that every other industry is as far as like entertainment and information in this, digital revolution that we've really already gone through, but industries are still trying to recover. So think about it in terms of a lot of bands struggle with streaming because what happens? People don't buy albums anymore. They just stream them. And for a lot of people, that was the way they made money. So it makes it even harder to make music.
Sure.
The book industry, as I understand it, has been really having a hard time. And that's one of the reasons why you'll go to Kindle and it will be like, you can buy the paperback for $8 or the ebook for $15.
It's like, wait a minute. They're going to charge you more for the convenience of it.
Yes.
It hasn't evened out like it has price-wise in the digital world and other areas.
Mm-hmm. So there's something that's going to happen next Friday that is it's kind of a big deal, and libraries are fighting it. And yet at the same time, I can see where the publisher is coming from. I don't know what to do with it. But I just got sent to ebooksforall.org. Macmillan Publishers, starting November 1st, is instituting basically an 8-week ban on libraries. They're allowing libraries, after a book is published, to buy one digital copy of a book. Then, after 8 weeks goes by, they can have as many copies of it as they want.
So basically, they're trying to force you, if you want the book to come out in the beginning, almost like how a movie goes to theaters.
Right.
And then goes to, a wide release where you can get it at home. Uh-huh. They're trying to make you, if you want it, right away. If you're so excited for it.
You got to pay for it then.
You're going to have to pay for it. If you want to wait it out, then you can have it.
So libraries are asking you to sign their petition at ebooksforall.org saying, hey, what are you doing? Don't do that. Because we're not going to buy your book. The only books you're going to sell is to the library, fool.
Yeah, I mean, they should be glad that the library is still there to get people interested in reading the book in the first place.
There's an element of that.
Because someone could just turn around and say, fine, I don't want it at all.
Well, okay, but the other side of it is this, and
it's not the worst. At least you're getting it eventually.
This is complicated because I know what you're going to say. The author doesn't get that money. The publisher does. I don't know. I just know that I've seen this kind of stuff killing bands. And I hate the idea that now we're going to start killing authors for convenience. It's not that they're not allowed to ever have the book. I mean, and you wait 8 weeks. I do that with movies already, kind of like you've said, Nikki, where it's like I can have it on digital if I buy it 4 weeks in advance, or I can have a physical copy if I'm willing to wait a month, and then after a month of it being on digital, it's available physically, and then it becomes available to rent.
Sure.
So, I mean, the model exists. I feel like 8 weeks is kind of rough, but the other side of it is, unlike a movie that takes 2 hours, books take longer. So I can also see why they would extend it.
Also depends. I'm not familiar with this publishing company's catalog, so it really just depends on what they have,
what all they do. But
if I want to be too upset,
I don't know.
If I'm not interested, I'm not too upset.
I don't know. But maybe a lot of you don't even go to I use the library for ebooks mostly.
Yeah, but we use it used to be Overdrive, and now it's we use that app.
Yeah.
But that's not through, that's not brought to you by libraries? It is?
It is. You at some point
I always thought it was a third party.
No, at some point you registered with your library that made those books available to you through that app.
So I just use that.
Yeah. Well, me too. But not for Macmillan books.
Well, they'll have one per library.
That's cool.
It's not like there's nothing.
You're 1,500 in line. Your estimated wait time is 14 years.
Be fine. It won't be a problem.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Might be time for you to clear out your closet and see what you got in there. Or more likely, your uncle's closet, your grandpa's closet. I don't know. Because they are about to, this weekend, sell an action figure that they believe is going to break records.
Yeah, but you know how it is. No one we know, any of that stuff's in anybody's houses.
Probably not. Okay, so here's the deal. Back in 1980-something, Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back came out. So there's a character in Star Wars called Boba Fett, and his action figure is a really popular one. And I actually know the story behind this one because there is a YouTube channel I love to watch called Toy Galaxy.
And it covered it?
Oh, yeah. Like they do all kinds of like toy stuff. And so they made this action figure, Boba Fett, that shoots out of his backpack, he shoots a missile. But they only made about 100 of these things with the actual missile that would shoot because...
Choking hazard?
Choking hazard.
We can't have anything nice, can we?
And so when it was actually like made, they had to remove that because they were like, you gonna kill yourself, son? So that's...
You're going to shoot it from the backpack right into your mouth.
Right into your mouth, and then you're gonna die. In fairness,
is what they were afraid of.
Boba Fett is a bounty hunter, so maybe that was the plan all along.
Could be.
All right, well, this item is going to go up for bid.
So it's one of the action figures that has the
shooting thing and
from the backpack?
Right. And you know how, man, if you ever had an action figure that had a piece like that shoots out, you have that for roughly the first hour of play if you're lucky, and then you never see it again. Probably because your brother ate it, but still, whatever. Like, you're never going to see it again.
See related choking hazard.
Right. So this one has the little shooting thing for the backpack, and it's in excellent condition, and it's going to sell this weekend at an auction in Pennsylvania. Now, originally, one of these sold, I don't know, somewhere for about $112,000. They expect this one, due to the rareness of the figure and the just exquisite condition of it, to sell for as high as, how much do you think?
$1 million.
Too high.
Okay, too high.
$500,000.
Oh, we're getting close, though. For the action figure?
$100,000.
You must be a toy/Star Wars fan, like a real fan, if you're spending that much money on that toy.
I don't know. I'm hoping, I haven't seen it yet, but I need to go over to YouTube and check in on the Toy Galaxy thing and see if that guy has talked about this, because
maybe it's that guy trying to buy it.
Could be. I've seen him do he's done the history of rare action figures, and this particular one was in that mix. And he's collected a bunch of these action figures, but I don't know if I don't think he's making $500,000 on. He's got a great YouTube channel.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. If you like toys at all, you should look at that guy's YouTube channel. He does histories and like all kinds of stuff that are super nerdy, really interesting. But $500,000?
Not that much.
That's a boat for my boat kind of money.
So don't forget, though, you are getting close to Thanksgiving. And with Thanksgiving means you're going to different people's houses for the holidays. So if you want to keep an eye out, rummage around while the turkey's still finishing, take a look and see, and maybe you'll find something that'll get you some money.
I'm going to roll up into the attic. I'll be right back.
You're like, why are you going to the attic?
No
reason. It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Just take that and the guy's YouTube channel for the toys so you can know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The Riot is to your ears what all those energy drinks are to your liver.
For the love of God, please stop! I can only process so much.
The Riot, RadioU.
You know, when I get on a treadmill, I really do feel like I'm living in some dark future dystopia, or at the very least inside Rick's battery, where I'm in there
always moving but never going anywhere.
Right, and I'm just generating power for some alien in the sky, whatever. Like, what am I doing? It's like they just lock you in a room and you pay. Okay, you pay for the privilege to be there. You pay for it. Like, I'm paying to be in this room where I can walk without going anywhere in front of a bank of TVs. And I'll tell you this, early in the morning, you should see what kind of commercials are on TV. One of the TVs was showing like a 1-hour infomercial on how ugly women's legs are unless they have this treatment. And I was just like, could we please stop?
Well, it's a filler time. We go to the gym really early.
Yeah.
It's usually infomercial time.
I'm just glad to know that it's not just me that isn't really feeling the whole treadmill thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cinder Block. Oh, he's a fat cat.
He's a what? Oh, he's been making the news. He's been making the rounds.
It just seems little. What do you think was going to be? If you call a cat Cinder Block,
what do you expect?
Listen, you've already stacked the deck against Cinder Block, okay?
As a cat owner and stuff, he is overweight, this cat. It's not like, he's big cat boned or husky. This cat is overweight.
So now
he's in Bellingham, Washington, and the cat is what they would classify, thanks to his cat BMI, of morbidly obese. He's on a weight reduction program.
A weight reduction program for a cat, and they're putting him on a treadmill.
In the water, too. It's just got a pool of water, and then this, the belt goes just like a treadmill will.
Yeah.
But he's on...
he's hidden on the side, so it's not moving him, and he's just moving one paw on the treadmill.
Isn't it so cute? I love this video, because it's just like, same.
It's like, yep.
If we could do that, we would.
I feel you, cat. Like,
at least he's doing something. At least he got out there,
That's a good call.
And it's worse, he's meowing, like, real pitifully.
I love this because this is how I feel on the treadmill. Just like, when's it going to be over?
Leg day.
Just let me go. This is the worst.
It's just one leg.
Yep.
I was just curious because I didn't see in the article, like, sometimes if someone does not take care of a cat, they can get, morbidly obese, and then they have to go to another person's house to like foster them to lose the weight and stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if like what had happened. Why is this cat so overweight?
Well, the other thing is like
Is he upset? Is he emotionally eating?
Maybe. And you're going to have to sit down and talk to that cat about the fact that, he can lose all this weight, but if he doesn't make some lifestyle changes, it's just going to come right back on.
Well, for cats though, people are giving them the weight or the food.
Well, cats are predators. Not this cat.
He's not catching anything on his own.
This guy needs to be put out in the wild where eventually he has to catch his own food. And I'll tell you what, eventually the weight's going to come off and then he's going to get hungry and something's going to happen. But instead,
you're going to be looking pretty tasty.
We've got tens of thousands of dollars that are spent on this very, very special treadmill.
When you watch the video, which I would suggest sometime this weekend, you should find it. Again, just Google cat, Bellingham, Washington, morbidly obese, put in all those cinder block, put in all those words and it'll pull up. But it's just so like how we feel when you work out.
I'll tell you what, don't worry.
Oh, you're going to post it?
I'll go ahead and put it on the Facebook page right now. And like this guy is, I feel like I can say this.
Oh,
this
is that him?
This cat is my treadmill spirit animal.
It is.
Yep.
He just cries and cries.
And he's just like, get me off of this
trying
thing.
to cheat about it.
Oh, you got to see it. If you spend any time on a treadmill at all, you need to see this.
They should just take a picture and then post it on all the treadmills, make a meme out of it.
Like this is how we feel, guys.
It was bad enough the first time around, but now it's worse. Don't believe us? Just keep listening. You'll find out soon enough. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
While we're talking about a little time on the treadmill, a little trip to the gym, I don't know if you follow Dwayne The Rock Johnson on Instagram, Nikki, but he gave us a tour of his gym bag. Now, it feels staged.
I know it does. When you go through it, it's like, all right.
At the same time.
Have you ever heard or seen like what his gym setup is when he does movies and travels and stuff? You have to look it up. It has like some name. It's like a traveling gym that goes with him because, he's The Rock and he works out. He really works out.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a massive setup. So for his gym bag, I doubt he has to bring anything to the gym because it's just all there.
Probably. Then again, maybe not. Like maybe because it's not like, let's be clear, The Rock is somebody, he was not born into privilege. He's somebody
he was not born into those muscles. He had to work into those.
So it could be, he does pack his own gym bag.
Well, no, I think most of the stuff, though, like you said, is there's a reason why it's in there.
It is funny, though, but he gets in his gym bag and he pulls out a Rock action figure.
It's an Under Armour one, which is his sponsorship deal.
So he's got a Rock. He's got his character from Moana. He's got a stuffed one of those. He's got coloring from his kids and a bottle of tequila.
I think he does his own tequila line.
Does he really?
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, my gosh. This whole thing is one long sponsorship deal.
I think it really is.
What's really
if not, that's why it's in there because, it's his.
Yeah. Well, that's fair, too. I'll just tell you this right now. If I had an action figure line, I'd probably have one in my bag. Mm-hmm. Just be like, and every once in a while, I'll get it out and be like, oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. I didn't mean to leave that there.
My bad.
That's my bag.
It's your bad.
Yeah. You know what? It's also got me thinking, since we're talking about The Rock, still haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw, and I think that's out on video this week. Is that? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it seems
all I
like
needed.
that would have been a fun in the theater movie with a group of friends.
Not a
Lighthearted.
in the basement movie with a bunch of friends?
Nah, I don't even know for that. I'm not sure.
Okay. I guess it didn't do as well as they wanted it to.
It did something.
At the box office.
But yeah, I don't think they expected it to
They wanted it to blow up, and it didn't quite blow up. I mean, it blew things up.
but not in the way expected. Was that all that was in his gym bag?
That was all I saw on the list. Did you see something else?
Like, there's nothing else? I mean...
Oh, well, there's some hot dogs.
Hot dogs?
Calls them Lion hot dogs.
Oh, is it like a snack?
I hope that's a brand and not actual lions.
I don't think it is.
You don't think so?
Well, no, it's not. It's not lion meat.
Is it legal to eat a lion?
No, I don't think so.
Why? Are they endangered?
Well, it's a lion. I mean...
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, he's got a blender bottle. He's also got a pair of special Dwayne The Rock Johnson Under Armour headphones.
There, yep, it's all the stuff.
Did I? I mean,
yes. I was looking for more actual workout stuff that might be like, I didn't know we should be bringing that to the gym, like helpful things.
He posts a picture of himself and he's not wearing the headphones. So how can I be sure that these are actually the headphones that The Rock uses?
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it probably is.
You're listening to The Riot. Let's all work together today to live life with the patience of a Nikki dealing with an Obadiah.
Gotta hang in there and get through it.
You're listening to The Riot.
Man, whatever it is that you can come up with that you think that you're going to eat this weekend, just know that somebody else somewhere is like, you're going to throw that part of your dinner away? Here, let me see it. I think I want to eat it.
They might not mind eating your leftovers.
And you're like, what are you talking about? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about watermelon seeds. Somebody out there is eating watermelon seeds right now, and they're not just eating them, you understand. They are taking them and turning them into watermelon seed butter.
Yeah.
What?
Why not?
You're spitting the seeds out, and they're like, wouldn't that make a nice butter?
They're collecting them.
Hey, are you going to throw those away? I'll take those. It looks like it's not actually... All right, here's what I don't understand. Like, maybe these are the ones, when I Googled watermelon seed butter and was looking at it, what I found was watermelon seeds are black. These are the white ones.
Those are the ones that are fine for you to eat.
So you can't eat the black ones?
Well, even in
Will a watermelon grow in your belly?
Even in seedless watermelons still normally have some
Sometimes
of the white
they'll have
seeds.
some white seeds.
And those are fine. It's just the black seeds that you're not supposed to be eating.
But
for this company that's making this, if you look at the labeling, it shows the black and the white seeds.
Oh, it does. Well, the one I'm looking at doesn't have that. Pumpkin seed butter?
Yeah, you got to have all the butter.
So what do you just grind it up?
You're not supposed to be having butter. You're supposed to be having this stuff.
So do you just grind it up and then eventually it's a seed? What else do you have to put in that?
Some sort of oil or something. Make it into a paste.
Okay, yeah. So what kind of oil do you think it is?
Watermelon oil?
I don't know. Right now I'm looking at whoever made this one that I'm looking at. They make it look like it's thick. It's not thick. Let me tell you what, as somebody that buys raw almond butter, that is the runniest, messiest thing you could possibly get your hands on.
Remember I told you
and
the
it
hack with
sticks
that.
to everything.
If you use almond butter and it has all the oil on it, you're supposed to always leave it upside down.
I do keep forgetting to do that.
And then that way you don't have like the pool of oil at it when you open it up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I always work really hard at mixing it up when I first open it. I've heard some people say you use a blender for that.
Sure.
Like the egg beater thing.
A whisk.
A whisk. Go get them, Nikki.
Yes.
Come on.
All right.
An electric whisk.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. So that, I don't know.
He's just looking at a list of some of the potential trends for healthy foods next year.
Yeah, and I stopped at the watermelon butter.
This was various butters, including a watermelon seed butter that might be on trend for next year.
Also, what is this? Upside Dawn non-alcoholic golden ale brew?
They said that next year you'll see a resurgence of the popularity of non-alcoholic
beer. I saw an ad for... Was it Heineken?
Mm-hmm.
Like somebody was running a commercial.
They all have non-alcoholic versions.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it was during college football last weekend, I think. And I'm just like, man, as gross as that stuff tastes, and you want to take the alcohol
Well, they
out?
said people still want to socially drink so much, but they don't want to have the calories or the potential side effects from the alcohol, but they still want to drink something. So they said that next year, the craft side of it or the that look of a lot of the beers that are popular, they'll get non-alcoholic versions.
Hey, man, just pass me a Diet Coke, all right? And if I'm doing really well, give me a Diet Dr. Pepper while you're at it.
And that's what he's fine to socially drink.
I'm good. That's my idea of social drinking.
That is exactly it.
You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Science is pretty great, right? I mean, think of all the cool stuff we've gotten from science. My Mac came from science. You know
Your
what I'm saying?
MacBook?
To some extent, hot water. Science! You know, I love science. It's great. And if you look around, it's, you see people get excited about science and talk about it. And sometimes they do weird things like scream its name and praise it and sing songs about it. It gets a little weird to me. Here's the thing. We, as a modern society, we love science. We've been trained in science. From the time we're little, we learn the scientific method. We've been taught this very, very specific way in which we observe the natural world, and that's awesome. But have you ever thought about this? Have you ever thought that every once in a while it's a little limiting? Which is not to make me, let's be clear, anti-science at all. Not at all. But the reality of it is, what if there is more to the universe than what I am personally able to observe? You know what I'm saying? I mean, even with science, what if we needed microscopes? Back in the day, people are like, bacteria, this guy's crazy. He says all the stuff that's made is made up of like little things. Does my hand look little to you? Shut up already. It's like, oh, you look through the microscope and all of a sudden it's like, wait, what sort of witchcraft is this? You get what I'm saying, right? Like, over time, we learn a little bit more and things that weren't suddenly are and all this kind of stuff. But I guess what I'm trying to challenge you with is this thought, is that even though I can't see God through my microscope or through my telescope, it doesn't mean that he's not real. Maybe I'm the one that's limited, not him. And I'm trying to push my limitations like, well, if I can't prove it in a lab, it's obviously not true. Well, what if there's more to heaven and earth than what's dreamed of in our philosophy or our science? What if God is actually real, but our limits are the problem? You see, God's willing to push past our limits. He's willing to come into our world and our life so that we can experience him where we are. I have a relationship with God. I can't reproduce it in a laboratory. It won't show up in a scientific study, but it is just as real as you and me. God is real. He loves me. He loves you. Don't let the biggest prevailing ideas of the day be the thing that keeps you from exploring a relationship with God. There is more than is dreamed of by whatever the popular idea of the day is. If you don't have a relationship with God, you could start one right now. Just say, Jesus, I want that. I want to know you. I want you to come into my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. And I want you to show me what else there is in life that I'm missing out on. Show me what it is, God. Show me how to live. It's a pretty great thing. I'm enjoying my relationship with God. I mean, sometimes life still sucks, but that's not God's fault. Sometimes you just don't get enough sleep.
Is it healthy eating so many snacks, chips, and Oreos every single morning? No, of course not. But they do it for you.
Too many guys got the stomach for this line of work.
That's real love. It's The Riot on RadioU.
If you follow video games at all, I will tell you that a bunch of games that were supposed to come out this fall, they got delayed until March of next year. Now, the reason why games get delayed until March, you're like, yeah, because they're not ready. No.
No.
The reason they get delayed to March is because for most companies, not all, but most, March is the end of the fiscal year. So what happens is a company puts out these earnings
calls.
Like they put out earnings calls and they have a forecast. Like, hey, we expect to make this much money this year, and people pay attention to that. And then like on the stock market or whatever, they'll invest because they say our company is going to be profitable at X amount of dollars this year. Now, those are based on the release of certain products at certain times. So they have to get those things out before the end of the fiscal year.
Which is not the end of our physical year.
Right. And so as a result, a lot of things get pushed to the very, very end of March because that's as far as they can push it and still get it on the books for this year. Well, a couple of companies came out yesterday and they're like, yeah, we pushed things to March, and they're going to way later next year.
So not even March, way past that? Or?
And what's interesting is in some ways it could be that the games aren't ready, but in the other it's even weirder because they basically have come out and said, you know what, we've given up for this year. We're just going to wait until next year and do better. Ubisoft just came out and did that.
Did they
or
say
is it
that?
Ubisoft? Essentially, yeah. That I'll tell you what, if you read some of the quotes that came out of their earnings call, the president of the company is like, yeah, okay, this is me paraphrasing, but it's not
Same
that
tone
far.
sound, though,
It's not
okay?
that far off. He's just like, people just like don't like it and stuff, and it's like not working out.
The game or the companies?
The game.
Okay.
And so as a result, they've taken a bunch of games and moved them into late next year. And they're just like, we're just going to take it on the chin, and we'll get back to you guys next year.
Just take a break.
The other game that got delayed yesterday.
Well, you got to know when to hold them.
You got to know when to fold them, Nikki.
Know when to fold them, right?
That's right.
Even in the gaming world, that makes sense.
It does. The other game that got delayed yesterday was The Last of Us 2. Mm-hmm. That was supposed to be out this fall. It was rumored this fall. Then they said it was going to be March of next year. And now they're saying the end of May next year.
Mm-hmm.
But see, here's the other thing I'm going to throw out there. You know what launches next fall?
What?
The PlayStation 5.
Oh,
Do you know what
so they're probably
else
just getting
launches
close
next
to
fall?
that.
The new Xbox.
Yeah, so they're just going to wait till then.
A lot of these games that were going to be this year, they're just kicking them to next year because here's what they hope. You buy a new console, you buy a couple of new games.
And they want to have new games to be an incentive to get, the new console with it.
High five, Nikki. You're getting it.
It's a game. It's a game about the game.
It's a game of games.
It's terrible.
It's real.
I hate when they just play around with you. Just don't tell us. Just wait and just put it out when it's actually ready.
I know, because I know that you guys think you're moving around fiscal pieces, but you're moving around our hearts.
Now, something that was speculated but did actually happen was Obi played Borderlands 3 last night.
There was an Obadiah Plays.
That's right. Way to fulfill before the end of the fiscal.
the fiscal week.
So thank you so much for doing your part. But Obi played Borderlands 3, which you can watch if you want to. So check it out sometime this weekend. It's at RadioU or RadioU Riot, either of our Facebook pages, and it's up at RadioU Riot on our YouTube channel. There you can also watch. Just find the Obadiah Plays playlist, and you can watch other ones too.
Highly likely that I'm going to stream the new Call of Duty this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I picked
and then
that
you're
up.
off on Monday.
I am.
So maybe something then. Meaning like you're going to play games then.
I don't want to stream on my
You don't
day
have to
off.
stream, not play games for us. I mean,
But
like
just for me.
You might just play it on your own because you're off on Monday.
Yeah. Call of Duty came out today, and so did The Outer Worlds, which I'm also really interested in. So, I just live my whole life vicariously through video game characters. That's all I do.
Not really.
I don't have a social life or friends.
That's not true.
That's all I do.
The Riot really wanted to do this live, but now they can play video games and eat rice cakes instead. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
So I've got a family member that is convinced that we are going to have a really bad quote-unquote winter.
They think lots of snow and cold?
That's what I assume bad winter must mean, right? Snow and cold. And so in this corner, my family member saying
ding, ding, ding.
a very, very cold winter. In the other corner, we have Noah. Not the character in the flood and
but
stuff.
The National
Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration.
It's the weather thing.
So here's what they say about winter. They say that we are going to have a warmer than average winter, though they do say that it will be wetter than normal. And so we'll see. They're saying not so much snow, but a lot of rain.
A lot of slush.
But they're also saying we'll see wild temperature swings. So they're saying the kind of stuff where you're like, it's 65. And now it's 65 below.
You mean the stuff that we had during the early parts of the fall for a lot of the country where it swung from like 60s to like 90s?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. And Mike Halpert. You guys know Mike, right? Mike is the deputy director of NOAA's Climate Prediction Center. He says this. I would say that this is not one of our most confident forecasts.
That's the asterisk with it.
The weather guy can't even get out there and lie to us with confidence. That's what your job is. If you're a weather person on the television, a meteorologist on the radio, you are supposed to present your forecast like, I know what I'm doing. I mean, we all know that you don't know.
But it's all just lies.
But you're supposed to pretend that you know, and, we're...
I don't know. I like a snowy, cold winter when, like, before Christmas, or, like, if you're traveling at the holidays and it's pretty and nice. But, for most parts of the country, after Christmas, it's just terrible, so...
I'll tell you, as far as I'm concerned... I want, it could start snowing now, and we could have a ton of snow until New Year's Day.
And then that's it.
And then I'm done with it.
Where was it? It was a few weeks ago, Montana, right? Did they get hit already?
Yeah, they had a big snowstorm.
And it was like, wow, end of September, early October, and they already had a huge snowstorm.
Like I said, that's fine until we get to the new year, and then it's over. Of course, technically, winter starts 3 days before Christmas, so...
It's a short winter.
My climate expectations and reality are a little off.
Are people really still listening to the Riot? You don't have work to do or laundry to fold or literally anything else to do? The Riot, Radio U.
What's a holiday without going to a store and spending money on a holiday-themed item?
What do we want to buy that's holiday-themed?
I don't know, Nikki. How about a blacked-out Phantom Frappuccino?
So this is the Halloween Frappuccino. Is it out now, or is it out next week, or what?
Let me see. It says some... Okay.
The Frappuccino says?
Supposed to be out next weekend. Next week, excuse me. But it looks like some people might be getting it this weekend.
Just depends on your Starbucks location.
And it depends on how desperate you are for a good Instagram photo.
I feel like, what was the last one we did? Was it the tie-dye one, or the one that...
Yes, it was. It tasted like bananas.
Banana Laffy Taffy.
Yep.
That was the last, Frappuccino that we went and did a taste test with. I know they had the It one. But we didn't do that.
And that was like a carryover from last year or something, wasn't it?
Well, not last year.
Or 2 years ago, I guess.
I didn't know they did it when the original one came out, but again, sometimes people just make drinks and then, they just develop into a specialty Frappuccino.
The only thing that I'll say about it is this. I want you to know the sources. This has not come from a U.S. Starbucks corporate announcement. It's been available in Europe, okay? And there is a Starbucks in Boston that has their own Instagram account that was posting pictures of them making it.
But we're not sure this is a U.S. Starbucks thing?
But there has not been an official announcement. It's all rumored. So the rumor is it's going to hit next week for a limited time. Some people might be making it this weekend, but none of this is confirmed.
So the Frappuccino, the Phantom Frappuccino, has a fruity flavor. So it has mango flavoring, coconut milk, and a dark green drizzle made of spirulina, extract, lime, and lemon juice. And then the black part of the Frappuccino comes from activated charcoal powder. And that's what's done for the rest of the drink.
It's gross.
I don't think you're going to like this one.
I don't think I will either, actually.
I don't think it's worth going through all the drama and then the disappointment when you go to Starbucks and you ask about it and then they look at you. It's not worth going through all that in order just to get it.
How much do you hate working at Starbucks today when you know that this has hit the internet? Mm-hmm. So all weekend, you're just going to be constantly just berated
asked about it.
Did you guys have the Phantom Frappuccino? Phantom Frappuccino? I mean, it's going to get to the point where you're calling Starbucks and they answer the phone like, thanks for calling Starbucks Polaris, where we don't have a Phantom Frappuccino.
That's what they'll do. So if you're interested in trying, they say try next week.
Yeah, it's probably your best bet. But
or
maybe,
if not...
Then again, maybe you should go to every Starbucks within a 30-mile radius this weekend, asking every barista and hoping.
No, you'll find out. And actually, one thing that I started doing, especially with the tie-dye one, is just go on the app, and usually you'll see it. So you can place an order for it or go and get it.
Without them knowing.
Yeah, and you're not then... it's not like we're bothering them. I mean, that's what they're there to do, but you don't feel like you're bothering them by calling and asking.
Right. Because they can make you feel like you're bothering them.
But you're at least checking your local store that way.
I just got a drip. I got a drip coffee the other day, and I felt like I really bothered the guy when I asked for it. And I was like,
yeah, maybe you hit him at the wrong time.
I know pulling the plunger back and putting the cup under is a lot of work, and I'm really sorry. Let me put a 10 in the tip jar here for you.
Maybe he was hoping you would order a more elaborate drink.
Maybe he was.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
All right, Nikki, you're taking a day off, which I know you're not.
You're taking Monday off.
Because you're better than me.
No.
Nikki's like, I don't need your pedestrian restful days. I've got what it takes to push ahead.
I'm going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
I'm going to do this forever, whereas you are falling apart.
No, I'm going to take time off at Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So just to let you know, during Thanksgiving, you'll turn on the radio or like that week, and you'll be like, where's Nikki?
The longer I'm gone, the more you guys panic. So I tend to try to lessen it.
Obadiah takes a day off and people are like, this is nice. It's actually relaxing.
Look how restful it is.
Nikki goes away and people are like, what happened? It's bad, isn't it? It's bad. She's hurting.
Is that why you're not telling us?
That's why you're not talking about her, right? You pretend she never even existed? Who's Nikki? I don't know.
Tell us, please.
I don't even know who you're talking about. Stop calling.
So that's why
Joke's
you'll be
on you.
off.
The phone's not even hooked up anymore.
That's why you'll be in on, or I'll be in on Monday, and Obi will be off.
Yeah, I'm taking Monday off. But you take a day off, and you think to yourself, I'd like to have a little something to eat, like a treat of sorts. So, Nikki, what's your...
my day off treat?
A day off treat. Do you have a day off treat where you're like, I don't normally, but I think I will?
Well, compared to like if you're on vacation when it's like free-for-all, you can eat whatever you want.
But it's only one day.
Well, I mean, not a vacation thing. That's changing your lifestyle to match your vacation. But if you're just taking a day off, nothing really.
Nothing at all?
I don't wake up and like make pancakes for myself or something.
No. Oh, friend, let me
or like
let me
put
pat
a Snickers in it.
You're a sweet kid.
I mean, what else are you wanting to hear?
No, what I mean is like, okay, for me, like I think I might get a bottle of grenadine, put it in some Diet Coke. So you got some cherry Coke.
Have some chips.
Have some chips.
No,
not Doritos anymore because, oh gosh. But
I normally don't do that.
Nothing?
No.
Okay, is it just me? Am I the only
something
one?
New we should worry about?
Am I the only one that's like day off treats?
Here's a quick Twitter poll or a tweet poll. Does anybody else do that?
Okay, text us 877-2-RADIO-U. If you get a day off, do you have like a snack where you're like, hey, I'm getting a day off. I want some pretzels.
Now, normally, if you have a day off, it's like you're sick and you don't plan for it.
Yeah.
So, there's no real treat or anything to match up to it because you're ill.
Maybe if we planned more days off, we wouldn't have sick days.
No, because you still need both.
Because then we wouldn't be sick.
Sick days still happen.
You'd rest up and recover.
It doesn't work like that.
Okay.
It doesn't really work like that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I can't be the only person that does this. But there hasn't been a text yet, so it's fine. 877-2-RADIO-U.
And it's okay if you are the only one because that's what we appreciate and respect about you. So it's fine.
I got it.
And you are excited about Monday and you're looking forward to it and you're a planner, kinda. No, he's not. He doesn't plan anything else. He just plans this.
My snack for my day off. Don't tell me I don't plan. Look at that.
It's the only thing you do plan. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a great time on Monday. You're going to have a really good time.
The Riot. You'll always leave encouraged.
You're listening to a morning show hosted by two people who absolutely despise getting up in the morning.
Will you give me a break one time?
The Riot, RadioU.
So moments ago, I asked if I am the only one that ever, plans a little snack for their day off.
A little something. Obi has Monday off, so that's why it's fresh in our mind.
I said, go ahead and text me. Kim says no, and absolutely no one other than Obadiah has done that. Love you guys despite that.
Thanks, Kim.
So let's see. This person says, on my days off, I like to sleep and donuts.
Nice.
Ben says, you're not the only one. Oreos and milk here. Let's see. I treated myself to a Cane's Caniac combo instead of the 3-finger.
Woo!
Yeah.
Someone
You know what that is? That's extra protein.
That is. And if you're taking a day off, that's important.
Yeah, let's see. If I have a day off, I normally make French toast for breakfast and maybe sneak a zebra cake. You know what a zebra cake is? I'm sad that I do, but I totally know what a zebra cake is.
I like how
It's a little Debbie.
it's so exciting. You're like, oh my gosh, I get a zebra cake.
Dude, Kelly, listen to this. I have the day off. I'm going to McDonald's to get some trash breakfast and Diet Coke and coffee. And then I'm going home to play the new Call of Duty.
Look at that. Oh, so it has the day off today.
Yeah.
Good on you, because, man, I wouldn't even get up to get the trash breakfast.
That's what I was thinking for my day off. I'd get like a 10-piece McNugget and a large fry. Because to me,
You are planning this.
Short of getting, a hot dog at a gas station, actually McNuggets might be lower than the gas station hot dog.
You know what you should do then is just have someone bring it to you, Like you don't need to go out on Monday.
No, I'm not doing that.
Go all out. It's your day off. Go all out.
Gabe says, Obi, you're not alone. Chips are my day off treat. That's Sarah from Oklahoma. Andy says, Obi, when I plan a day off, I plan ahead for snacks when I know I'm planning to stay home or take a road trip. So, see, Nikki, I'm not weird.
You're not the only one, I guess.
Or all the weirdos listen to us.
I think that's why we all get along so well, guys.
Sam says, sorry, Obi, I think you're just about the only one. Ha-ha! Joke's on you, Sam. Look at me.
I think it's different, though, when someone says, like, oh, I get to have chips on my day off, because you probably had chips there anyways. You're talking like you're going to go get specific items just for Monday.
That's right.
That you can only really have on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. I'll get my bottle of grenadine, and at the end of the day, I'll pour it out because I can't have it on other days.
Pour one out for the day over?
It's for you, Nikki.
That's it?
No, it's because I have to maintain its status as a treat. It cannot become
like
an
the zebra cakes.
It can't. That's right. That can't be an everyday food.
We can have it every day, but we just can't.
No, that's right. I can have it.
You're grown up enough.
I can afford it. I have the money to buy myself a zebra cake. But sometimes, Nikki, we got to put up barriers.
True.
Because I'm going to say it. A barrier I put up is self-control. So instead of having to not go to the fridge every day, like, no zebra cake, I choose not to. I leave those zebra cakes at the store.
Otherwise, you'll have to have another day off besides the one on Monday, because you're going to be so sick.
I want a zebra cake so bad, I need a day off.
Let's see. Max texted in, said spicy nuggets from Wendy's. Must be a day off treat.
I like to snack on moon pies on my day off, says Mike.
Moon pies? All right.
Mike says, I try to hit Skyline. Definitely not an everyday food.
Oh, that was Eric?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Eric, we have friends that have been to the hospital for Skyline.
As in other restaurants, too.
Sure.
We got a lot of friends that get a lot of food poisoning.
Well, if you eat out a lot.
And equal.
Chances are higher. It's up in the odds. That's all.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
I don't have a social life or friends.